That actually uploaded pretty quick. It's scheduled, ready to load up to YouTube. And there it is. So, the stream's up. I'll check the audio. Yeah, the audio is working as it should be. Chat's up, stream's up. Everything is running as it should be. So, hello and welcome everyone to round 5 of the PlayStation America series here. We're back, and this time at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps, the home of the Belgian Grand Prix. This legendary all-time classic racetrack began its life all the way back in the 1920s and has grown to become a fan favourite on the Formula One calendar. The intense 4.34 mile 19-turn circuit is not to be taken lightly. It's a circuit where if you wish to compete towards the front, you have to push right to the limit and find the edge of grip and control. It rewards those who are brave and determined, but can severely punish even the slightest misjudgment. There are several sections here where drivers can easily end their race, such as turn 10, the high-speed left-hander of Pouon, and its deadly inside curb, and of course the most famous part of the circuit, turns 2, 3 and 4 that form the Eau Rouge Raidillon complex. The primary overtaking opportunities are with the assistance of DRS into turn 1, La Source, and turn 5, Les Combes, coming off the Kemmel Straight. We might also see some overtaking into the S section that forms turns 12 and 13, and into the bus stop chicane at the end of the racetrack. It's a roller coaster ride unlike any other, a lap that requires the absolute most out of any driver and machine. So, let's see who rises to the occasion and try to claim the top spot at one of the world's mightiest racetracks. Now, a bit of news from last race. There's no stewards report from last week, so the results stand, meaning that Passassin is currently leading on 116 points, followed by Nihil Plus Ultra on 72, Hildebeest on 69, KD 1997 on 53, then JST on 42, rounding out the top 5. In the Constructors, Mercedes are leading on 138, followed by Alpine on 100, Williams on 88, Aston Martin on 65, Red Bull on 62. But there is a little bit of news in terms of the Race Spec calendar for both the Tuesday and Sunday leagues. France and Australia have been removed from the calendar, replaced by Portugal and Imola. So, in a couple of weeks' time, round 7 of the championship will be going to the new circuit of Portimao. It will be the first ever league race at the Portuguese racetrack, and I'm certainly looking forward to it. The refreshing experience for everybody. But with everything in terms of the news out of the way, we can now focus on qualifying. I notice that Lob has retired from the session. Did he crash out, or did he voluntarily retire in the pit lane? I'm not sure. He may have an outstanding quali ban. I'm not 100% certain. But well, with 19 cars left in the session, we'll have a 20-car field. It's a very healthy field here at Spa, which is good to see. It's qualifying on the soft compound tyre, which is to be expected. Strategy around here is a fairly simple soft medium or medium soft if you want to gamble with the alternate strategy. George Mickelson rejoins the session, and Captain Schmeg sets the first benchmark time of a 1:43.693. There's a Red Bull that spun. That must be JBH. Let's see. Yeah, it is. His teammate Purple Snake is still in the pit lane. And he's got end plate damage as well, so he'll have to pit, get that replaced. He's pulling off to the side to let the Mercedes through. That is Passassin. He's invalidated his lap as well. One would imagine that Passassin is going to be very, very quick around here. He's shown a lot of promise during qualifying and during the races. There's a reason why he's the championship leader right now. Seems somewhat untouchable. But Assassin, he's going to have another crack at a flying lap here at Spa, so we'll take advantage of this. Ride on board with Assassin, take you on a guided tour of the circuit around La Source, turn 1. As KD jumps to the top with a 42.9. That's a very competitive lap there from KD. Down the hill towards Eau Rouge and Radion. In the dry, it's absolutely flat out. No hint of a lift there from Assassin. In the wet, it's a bit of a different story. Down the Camel Straight, DRS wide open. Heading towards Les Combes, turns 5 and 6. Potential overtaking opportunity here. Probably the most prominent overtaking opportunity into that corner. Through turn 7, a bit narrow on the entry, but all in all pretty solid. And he actually backed down. Oh, I see. He's run out of fuel. Yeah, you can see the fuel icon there. It's solid. It's not blinking, so he's completely run out of fuel. So clearly, well, I wasn't even looking at his fuel gauge either, and clearly neither was he. Laquito, you're coming up to the section where Assassin ran out of fuel, so we might ride on board with you. Have a look at the rest of the circuit. Again, through 5 and 6. And into turn 7. Go down the hill towards turn 8. A negative camber right-hander. What I mean is that the road is sloped away from the apex. Away from the racing line. Through turn 9. No name. Down the hill towards turn 10, Pouon, and that deadly inside curve. You want to avoid it at all costs. Through turn 11, and the short straightaway towards 12 and 13. It's high-speed S section, 5th gear. Tackled fairly nicely here by Laquito. Into Stavolo, turn 14, 4th gear. Short shifts to 5th to increase the traction on the exit. Through turn 15, understeering into the barrier. Laquito there. I've done that a few times myself. It's very easy to understeer past the apex and end up in the barrier on the left-hand side. Just come through Blanchimont there. Appears that he didn't get any wing damage from that. Then into the bus stop chicane, turns 18 and 19 on the racetrack. We'll open DRS. And that is a car smashing into the barrier there. As Laquito does a 45.58 quickest at the moment. There's a Haas about to start their lap. That is Shizant. They come around the bus stop chicane. Begin their flying lap. Yet to set a lap time, Shizant. Currently 17th. Coming up to turn 1 now, La Source brings it down to 2nd gear. 1st gear, in fact. Ooh, and that was a bit of an awkward run at the first turn. Carried a bit too much speed just after the mid part of the corner. Couldn't get the car rotated enough for the exit. Through a Rouge and Radion and invalidates. Very easy to do. Super easy to do. JBH, he's got 3 cars coming out of the pit lane just behind him. All getting ready to set another flying lap through Eau Rouge and Radion at 300 kilometers an hour. That's about 180 miles an hour in Queen's English. Down the Camel Straight towards Les Combes. We bring it down to 5th gear, 4th gear in fact, through Les Combes. Very nice and tidy through there. Sector 1 and 2 yellow flags. I don't see anything major on the mini-map. Through turn 8, then into No Name, turn 9. Very nice and tidy through there. Down the hill towards Pouon. Bring it down to 7th gear. Keeps it within the white lines. Very important through wide and invalidate your lap. Through turns 12 and 13. Which in 5th gear modulates the throttle nicely. 6th gear, 7th. Into Stavolo, he brings it back down to 4th. Doesn't use all the curb on the outside. I recommend that you do, just to try and open up turns 14 and 15 as much as you can, just so then you can carry as much speed as possible through the corners. Through Blanchimont now, keeps it flat at 310 kilometers an hour. And that's an Aston Martin that spun in Sector 2 as JBH invalidates at the final turn. He would have set a 43.9, which would have put him 5th fastest. And that was Godly Boss, the driver who spun round there at turns 12 and 13. Psycho coming to the end of a flying lap is going to set a 46.1, goes 10th quickest. Gotcha Snake coming around the final 2 turns. Crosses the line. 11th quickest with a 45.7. At the top of the leaderboard. Nahil and KD setting flying laps. KD at the top invalidates his lap, so you can chuck this lap in the bin. Nahil, though, yet to invalidate. Actually, he's on an in lap, is what he's on right now. Oscar Toll currently P3 with a 43.3. Very fine time there. If he can improve by a 10th of a second, he can jump up to 2nd place. Onto the Kemmel Straight. Speedo increase 320 kilometers an hour, 325 kilometers an hour. Into the braking zone of turn 5. Brings it down to 4th gear. That's 170 kilometers an hour at the apex of turn 5. Understeering past turn 7. And he's backed out of the lap there. So with that mistake, he's just calming himself down, cooling off the tyres. He might have another go. Either that or he'll duck into pit lane and put on fresh tyres. Lake Show on an in-lap, currently P5. Rafa, you on a flying lap? Looks like it. As Purple Snake has retired. Let's have a look. There he is there. So he's lost control at turn 6. Bit of a different place to crash. Maybe, yeah, lost control at turn 6, crashed just before turn 7. Car finally despawned, so drivers don't have to worry about that anymore. Rafa through turn 8, then into turn 9. Very clean lap so far. Around turn 10 and 11. Very nice, very tidy here from Rafa. Keeping it within the white lines. Keeping up a good amount of speed too. Round Stavilo, turn 14. Nice and quick through there. Up by 4/10 of a second on his previous best. With that sort of improvement, he can jump up to P6. We'll see how much more time he can find in the 3rd sector. Through Blanchimont. Then into the bus stop chicane. Brings it down to 2nd gear. Keeps it in 2nd around the final corner. Or lighting it up on the exit though. That'll cost him a little bit of time. Crosses the line. Goes up to P6 with a 144.264. Oxford Fox about to begin a flying lap here. Gonna come around the bus stop chicane. Set off on a flying lap. Into turn 1 we go. Brings it down to 2nd. Brings it down to 1st, in fact, to try and get that extra rotation. Good old F1 2019 technique, that is. Through Eau Rouge and Radion keeps it pinned. 303 kilometers an hour. And I believe Psycho, that's a McLaren that's going slowly. I reckon he's out of fuel. That's why he's bringing out yellow flags in the 3rd sector. It's nothing major. It's just something that the game does now. When a driver's out of fuel and they're still on the circuit, the game will display yellow flags to show that they're going slowly. Through turn 9, down the hill. Through 10 and 11. very tidy through here. Alright, into turns 12 and 13. How will he fare? Avoids the inside curb at both corners, interestingly enough. Through Stavilo. Sector 2 says, what a purple sector that was, huh? Well, apparently purple. I'm not sure about this game, displaying purple sectors. But he's up by half a second, which is a tremendous improvement. Might be able to jump up to the second row. Let's see. 2 more corners to negotiate for Oxford Fox. Through the bus stop chicane. Shifts it up to second gear, third gear, fourth gear, up to the line. And he stays P7, really? P6 rather. Oh. Just missing out by little under 0.2 of a second to Captain Schmeg in P4. Nihil and KD getting ready to set flying laps. So is this man, Assassin. I imagine this lap is going to be pretty quick. So long as he keeps it within the white lines, of course. He's got 2 minutes left, so this is effectively his final chance to set a flying lap here at Spa. A very wide line. This so you can get as much straight line speed down the pit straight as possible. Into turn 1. Brings it down to second gear. 80 kilometers an hour at the apex. Short shifts to third, fourth gear, fifth gear, sixth, seventh gear. Brings it into top gear just before Eau Rouge. He keeps it pinned through this incredible S section. 303 kilometers an hour. Opens DRS down the Kemmel Straight towards turn 5. Be looking at that 50 board, I reckon, for a braking point. There we are. Fourth gear. Great rotation through the chicane into turn 7. Down the hill towards turn 8. Brings it down from 7th to 2nd. He'll short shift to 4th. Oh, I thought he would only short shift to 3rd. He brought it up 2 gears. Through No Name. Very wide on the exit, though. That would have cost him time. Through turn 10. Understeering past the apex and invalidating and deliberately crashing his car. He'll be starting from 19th on the grid with that mistake. It all started at No Name. It ended at Pouon. So, oh, and dearie me, KD. Want any more understeer? My goodness. KD coming up to the first sector split. What does it say? It probably won't be good. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Down by 26 thousandths of a second. Nihil has invalidated too, so his session is over. He cannot challenge for pole position. Oscar Toll can, though. He's coming up to the first sector split. He'll open DRS and catapult himself down the Kemmel Straight. Sector 1 says for Oscar, down by 3.5 tenths. No, he won't be able to challenge for pole. And KD has invalidated. What an anticlimactic ending to qualifying this is going to be. See how much time Lake Show can find in this second sector. KD has spun round into the gravel trap. So his qualifying is definitely over now. Sector 2 says for Lake Show. Up by 3.5 tenths. That's a healthy improvement. He might be able to start P3. We'll have to wait and see. That's a Red Bull pulling off to the side. That must be JBH. So his qualifying is over too. The best he can hope for is 8th place at the end of qualifying. Lake Show exiting the final corner now. Onto the pit straight. Opens DRS up to the line. It is P3 for Lake Show. A 143.350. He beats Oscar Toll by 4 thousandths of a second. Silent Banshee. His session is done as well, so he'll be starting P9. Psycho, his session is... Oh my goodness me, that is Flavius in the barrier there at the exit of turn 15. Flavius in 13th place, his teammate right behind him, 14th. Shizan, you're on a flying lap. No, you're not. You have invalidated, so your session is over too. That's a nice little pirouette there. There we are. Not a bad one. Seen better. Seen worse though. There we are. End of qualifying, and it's KD 1997 starting on pole position. The only driver in the 42s at the end of qualifying, and he set that time fairly early on too. Hello Banana, hello ECW, hello Ferrari Pro. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Easy dub for KD? Oh, it's never easy at Spa. What is easy is making mistakes, so we'll have to wait and see. Right. So there we are, KD on pole, Nahil, he'll start alongside Lake Show, P3, Oscar Toll, P4, Captain Schmeg, P5, Oxford Fox, P6, Hildebeest, P7, demonstrating the consistent Williams pairing, both of them in the top 10, same with the Alpines. JBH, P8, Silent Banshee, 9th, Rafa rounds out the top 10. All of these drivers will start on the soft compound tyre. Then there's Godly Boss, Laquito, Flavius, Naked Bean, Psycho, Purple Snake, Shizant, George Mickelson, Passassin, the big story there. And Lob would start from the back of the grid in 20th. But yeah, Passassin, he definitely wasn't happy with what happened at turn 9. He invalidated then at turn 10 and basically drove headfirst into the barrier. So Passassin has got a lot of work to do. Time for the race itself. It's overcast here in Spa. Don't know if there's going to be any wet weather. I haven't got a weather report, so I'm not 100% certain. Now, I'm pretty sure Flavius gave an instruction to not ready up until he does. And I'm pretty sure Flavius wouldn't ready up this early, so someone's broken the rules. Flavius put a instruction in the Discord chat telling the drivers not to ready up until I do, so then you can give drivers enough time to sort your stuff out for the start of the race. Ah, well, doesn't matter. Still got plenty of time to mess around with strategy and whatnot. Do have a 30-second countdown, of course. Drivers setting off on their formation lap. We know the top 10 are starting on the soft compound tyre. Outside the top 10 though, first driver is Godly Boss in the Aston Martin. Starting in P11, he's on the medium compound tyre. Laquito starting alongside on the softs. Flavius and Snake and Beans, the Alfa Romeo pairing, starting on the soft compound in 13th and 14th place. Then Psycho and P15 on the mediums, Purple Snake on the soft tyre in 16th, Shizant in 17th on the mediums, then George and Passassin starting on the soft compound tyre, Lob at the back of the field starting on the mediums. So we've got 4 drivers on the medium compound, everybody else is on softs. Yeah, fairly obvious here at Spa for a lot of drivers to start on the soft compound tyre. It's a fairly simple strategy, soft mediums, very easily done. Hard tyre is, quite frankly, useless around here. So, I tell you what, for the start of the race, I'll get rid of the detail graphic and the interval just to increase the viewing space. Look at that. Now the leaderboard isn't massive anymore, so it's still pretty big. It still takes up a fair bit of the screen, but nowhere near as much with the detail graphic and the interval not accompanying the leaderboard. One of the things I don't like about Spa, and it's a small thing, is just how long the circuit is, which means we've got a very long formation lap and I've got absolutely nothing to say. It's the same with safety car periods as well. Safety car periods around here take forever to get through, just because of how long the circuit is. It's a long boy. It's a long lap. There's a predicted tyre stop strategy for KD. Pit window, lap 8 to 9. We may see drivers pit a little earlier because the undercut is more powerful compared to the overcut. KD lining up on the inside of the racetrack. And the Hill Plus Ultra lining up on effectively the racing line. He should have more grip on the outside, but KD, he'll be able to defend on the inside into turn 1. Waiting for the drivers at the back to line up. We're all ready to race here at Spa. Oh, leaderboard had a bit of a moment there. But here we go. We have 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go. That was awfully fast. KD gets a brilliant jump. He should lead the field into turn 1 comfortably. Oscar Toll into second place. Lake Show now taking second place away from Oscar as they make their way down. Oh, dearie me, I saw some end plates fly off in the background. Making their way down to Eau Rouge and Radion for the first time in race conditions. Everybody getting through relatively okay, except for Hildebeest. Almost hitting the barrier on the inside. A whole heap of understeer at turn 3. Down towards Lake Com. Banshee into 8th place. Gets it done. In the background now there's a bit of action. Sector 2 yellow flags and spinning is Rafa. Someone else spun along with him. It's a Red Bull. It's JBH. And the other Red Bull, a Purple Snake, he's down in 18th. Not a great start for the Red Bull drivers, and I think JBH has got damage. That car looked like it was understeering. Although visually the car looks okay. Oh, that Ferrari doesn't look okay though. That's Lake Show. Oh dear, he had a brilliant start. He's now down in 16th with a missing front wing. Oh dear. Ooh. He has to be very careful to make his way back into pit lane. KD leading the way, Oscar Toll in second. Trying to keep up with the Aston Martin. These two pulling away from the field. Captain Schmeg in P3. He's got the Hill Plus Ultra right behind. His teammate Oxford Fox in pursuit as well. But the start of the race, Passassin. P19 to P7 in 1 lap. My goodness, this guy is quick. And Rafa is out of the race. He's crashed at turn 15. And a virtual safety car has been deployed. So a brief pause to the race. And our first retirement of the race too. Beans into the pits. Late Show into the pits. They're going to get front wing changes. Drivers have to be incredibly careful under VSC not to get a drive-through penalty for speeding. When will this virtual end? Staying out for a while. Drivers have to be very careful, very mindful of the delta. Virtual safety car still out. Snake and Beams and Lake Show are back on the racetrack. But realistically, they need a safety car to bring themselves back into the race, and we're back on the green flag racing. Ah, I see. Passassin uses the same esports line as what Oz Formula used in Pacific Tier 1, utilizing the AstroTurf on the outside of the racetrack. Just so then you can open up turns 9 and 10. It's a very unique technique. And something's happened. Oh, into the barrier lob! He's out! And Mickelson's out too, is he? No, he's left the session. But a big moment there for the McLaren driver. He's our second retirement. Down towards the bus stop chicane. KD still leading the way. There's no virtual safety car. There's no proper safety car. Just yellow flags in the sector. As DRS is now enabled. Now, is Oscar close enough? Let's see. He is. He is close enough to get DRS. Chisant, Hildebeest going into pit lane. As George has rejoined the session. Chisant, a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Captain Schmeg. Then the two Alpines. Both of these guys should have DRS as well, so they're going to close in. Assassin in P6. Wanting to get a move on as well. Through Lake Com. Turn 7. Mercedes driver looking racy. He looks down the inside. He actually backs out of that. I thought he was going to commit to the move as JBH overtakes Psycho for 10th place. Into No Name, turn 9. Then watch this. You can do this. It's amazing. It's an esports line. It's what the top time trial drivers use. Just so then you can open up the exit of turn 9. Sort of open up the entry at turn 10 as well. Oxford Fox running wide there at turn 13. Through Stavlo. And through turn 15 where Rafa ended his race. Now heading towards Blanchimont. The Alpine pulling away. As, oh dear, Snake and Beans is out now. Crashing out, that's at No Name. And a virtual safety car has been deployed. Another brief pause to the race. Silent Banshee having to slam on the brakes there to not hit his teammate as Captain Schmeg goes into pit lane. He's going to take advantage of this virtual safety car. I like this. He's going to chuck on the medium tyre and go to the end, surely. Let's see. Coming up to his pit stall now. No front wing change, so he hasn't got any damage. This is a strategic stop for Captain Schmeg. On the medium tyre now, he's set to go to the end of the race. He'll come out in front of JBH, no, just behind, as DRS is re-enabled. We're back on the green flag racing. Passassin has overtaken Oxford Fox. Passassin caught the Alpine napping. Through Les Combes they go. Passassin now in 4th place. His next target is Nihil Plus Ultra heading down into turn 8. Passassin doesn't go for a move just yet. And Captain Schmeg did overtake JBH as well. He's into 9th. Here we go, down into Pouhon. This isn't going to work well, and Passassin wisely backs out of a move there. It wouldn't work going side by side through Pouhon. It could work here though at turns 12 and 13. Doesn't go for a move though. Oh, and Nihil understeering wide, they're side by side. Heading around turn 14 now. Nihil sends it deep. Passassin tries to get the switchback. Oh, and Nihil opens the door. He shouldn't have done that. He should have closed that door. Nihil should have cut across in front of Passassin there. Passassin would have had to back out. But Nihil rather kindly just left the door wide open. Let Passassin through. Or into the bus stop chicane. Into turn 1, La Source. Banshee looking threatening there in P6. He's almost alongside Oxford Fox, not quite though. And the Hill won't get DRS here either. Passassin is already broken away. Right on board here with Banshee. What a run here from the Mercedes. Can he overtake both Alpines? There's a yellow flag in Sector 1. He's going to go for it. Down the inside. They make contact and spinning. He collects Oxford Fox as well. And through goes Godly Boss. And here comes Laquito in 8th place. Looking to overtake the Mercedes-Benz. Unable to do so though. Down towards Pouhon. Gap is 9/10 of a second between Godly Box and Oxford Fox. Now, I wonder, did Oxford get any damage from the contact between him and Silent Banshee? From the looks of things, his car looks relatively okay. A fairly good speed as well, so I suppose he doesn't have any damage. Here comes Laquito though. Oh! Tight racing between these two. Heading around Blanchimont. Into the bus stop chicane. He looks. Banshee covers. Through the chicane we go and into pit lane goes Silent Banshee. Laquito into 7th. There's Captain Schmeg on fresh medium tyres. He's going to the end of the race. How much of an undercut will Captain Schmeg get? I believe he was in P4 when he made his pit stop. Currently P8. Flavius within DRS range of LFR Psycho through the high-speed S's of 2, 3 and 4. He'll open DRS, use overtake as well. The Alpha closing in into Lacom. Flavius will have to... Oh, Flavius, you compromised yourself there. So did Psycho. He cuts the racetrack. He misses the apex of turn 7 as well. Down through turn 8. Through turn 9. Oh, Flavius missing the apex there, losing time. Captain Schmeg closing in on Laquito. Getting ready to battle for 7th place. Here we go through turn 15. Williams closing up. George has left the session again. I think that's disconnect number 3 in the race. I'm pretty sure. Flavius has gotten by Psycho. I reckon Psycho made a mistake. He's lost a lot of ground to Flavius. Onto the pit straight. Gap is 0.3 of a second. Assassin has caught on to the back of Oscar Toll as well. He won't be close enough to attack just yet. He'll gain a lot of time with DRS though. And Laquito saving battery as well. You can see the flashing light at the back of his car. He's got no battery. And here comes Captain Schmeg. This should be a simple overtake. It is a simple overtake. He'll get it done before the braking zone. He's into 7th. Assassin continuing his charge. He's in 3rd place, utilising that esports line between 9 and 10. Exiting 11 now, heading towards 12 and 13. He is close. Not quite close enough to pass just yet. Through 13. Oscar was a bit sideways at the exit, but keeps control of the car through 14. Assassin can just find so much more speed, can't he? And here he comes. Got it done. Oh, yep, he's got it done. Into 2nd. Didn't need DRS. Didn't need a heavy braking zone. Into P2, though Oscar won't give up here, and they're both going to go into the pit. Ooh, careful. Another thing that I really don't like about Spa, pit entry. It is shocking here at Spa. It is so incredibly narrow, and it's so easy to break a front wing. Right, here's Captain Schmeg. Because he pitted under VSC, and he comes out well in front of Assassin and Oscar. Here we go. Down the hill. There's Assassin. So the undercut has worked. He was in P4. He's in effective P2. So a great strategy call there from Captain Schmeg. He will be on the back foot now with older tyres, but, you know, at the very least you gained a healthy chunk of track position. Sector 1, yellow flags. That is Silent Banshee. Making a mistake at pit exit? Okay. Dive racing here. Lakeshore closing in on Hildebeest. Laquito in P14 closing in as well. Assassin overtaking Captain Schmeg already. Surely the Williams driver made a mistake at some point. KD will need to... Oh, and spinning! Spinning into the barrier! Assassin's charge is over! That's it. And the safety car has been deployed. This is going to help the leaders out tremendously. KD into the pits. The Hill will be in the pits. Same with Oxford. Oxford, you have to pit, buddy. Even if it's a double stack, you have to pit. Oh, what a colossal moment that is. Assassin losing it at turn 13. Crashing into the barrier. Godly Boss doesn't pit. Yeah, I understand. You're on the medium tyre. Yeah. I mean, he could have chucked on the hard tyre, but... that's exactly what Oscar is doing. He's on the hard tyre. He can easily make it. But you started on the softs, didn't you? I'm pretty certain you started on the softs. Mediums for both Alpine drivers. Be another set of mediums for Captain Schmeg. He'll come out behind JBH. He got a front wing change as well. So his mistake, probably at turn 9, resulted in him going into the barrier and getting front wing damage. He'll come out just in front of Laquito, so in P7. Set of mediums for Flavius, a set of hards. That's the AI, I'm pretty sure, of George. Psycho P11 on the on the hard tyre rather. Shizant on 5-lap old hards. Lakeshore on mediums. Hildebeest on mediums. Silent Banshee on the medium tyre. Pretty much everybody on fresh mediums. And currently it's an Aston Martin 1-2. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, Oscar, you started on the softs. You did. You went to the hard tyre. Why did you do that? You didn't need to do that. The mediums would make it very easily from here. You're going to be on the back foot on the hard tyre. Tell you what, we'll get rid of the interval for now. So, Oscar, George, Psycho, Shizant. Those are the drivers on hard tyres. Godly Boss is on the mediums he started on. So, he has to make another pit stop at some point. We'll see if it works for him. Now, in terms of penalties, Shizan has got 5 seconds. Hildebeest has got 3 seconds for accumulating warnings. Shizan got that 5-second penalty for speeding into pit lane. There you go. Everyone's made a stop except for Godly Boss. And there's the position change. Godly Boss currently up 9 positions. Oscar Toll up 1. The Hill down 2. Oxford up 1. JBH up 2. Captain Schmeg down 2. Laquito and Flavius up 4 each. Same with Psycho in P11. Nicholson's AI is up 8 positions. Though I think he might actually be in the car now. Yes, he is. He is in the car. Shezant up 5. Lake Show down 10 from P3. Great qualifying performance. Currently not a great race performance, so. Hildebeest down 7. Not great either. Same with Silent Banshee in P15. Currently 6 places down from where they started. Right. Prepare for a very long safety car period. Typically is very long around here. It's still overcast, but I don't know if it's going to rain. Right. If it does, it'll be probably at the end of the race. Yeah, last season Possession went from last to first at Singapore. Well, unfortunately, he didn't go from last to first this time around. Went from second last into the barrier at turn 13. It was a great charge up until that point. You're quite right, ACW. It is quite a major implication for the championship, considering he's our championship leader. The man in second, the Hill Plus Ultra, currently P4. Other championship protagonists, KD, who is fourth in the standings, is currently leading. Pretty much set to win this one too, so long as he doesn't make any mistakes. Hildebeest, currently third in the championship, is down in 14th. But remember, the top 15 score points in Race Spec, so Hildebeest is still on course to score something. It's just not a big bag of points. Plus, Passassin is currently leading the championship by how many points is that? 28, 34, 44 points. So yeah, Passassin's got a healthy lead. But let's say under some random circumstances that Nihil wins this race, gains those 30 points, it would shrink the gap up quite a bit. KD controlling the field now as the safety car goes back. We'll get this race back under green flag conditions. KD, he'll get to decide when to take off. I think he's just done that now. Through the bus stop. Onto the pitch straight. KD will begin lap 11 of 22 here at Spa with his teammates in second place. Oscar Toll in third. He'll be looking to get by as soon as possible. Same with JB. I reckon JBH was going to go for a move there, but he pulled out last minute, and Lake Show has spun at the final turn. There's a big gap in the field. Look at this. Why have these fellas lost so much time to the leaders? Laquito, what did you do? Because look at the gap between P7 and 8. That shouldn't be like that on a restart. That's a big gap. My goodness. Oscar Toll trying to get by as soon as possible. He almost hit the back of Godly Boss there. Through turn 9. Down the hill towards 10 and 11. Sucking up all the dirty air, Oscar. Losing downforce, but he's not losing time. Around the outside into turn 12. This will give him the inside line into 13. What a move! He made it stick. He's into second place. Godly Boss, though, he probably won't give up here. Try and cling onto the back of the Alpha Tauri as best he can. He's now got the Alpine pairing of Nihil and Oxford right behind. And here comes Nihil with a bit of a run. About a tenth, maybe a tenth and a half behind Godly Boss as they go through Blanchimont, heading towards the bus stop chicane. DRS is not enabled yet, so if you want to overtake, you've got to do it the old-fashioned way. That is JBH down the inside of Oxford Fox. They're side by side at the exit of the final corner. There's Captain Schmeg in the background as well in P7, ready to scrap it out for position. Into turn 1 we go. No one going for any moves just yet. Back. There's Laquito pulling away from Flavius. We've got George in P10, who just left the session again. Laquito, a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. Hildebeest closing in, ready to overtake Psycho. This should be a fairly simple move if he's got enough straight line speed, which he doesn't. They're fairly even. Psycho, though, gives in. Losing control on the curbs as well, resulting in Silent Banshee moving into P12. Down towards Puhon. None of these guys quite in a position to overtake just yet. Through Stavilo. But Oscar is pulling away right now. Godly Boss, a bit of a roadblock at the moment. Shizant has dropped down to 16th place. He's now behind Lake Show. Through the bus stop chicane. As DRS is now enabled, and here comes Nihil. He's got to run. But I think he and Godly Boss made contact, and here comes JBH down the inside into... Oh, that was too tight there between Nihil and JBH. To be honest, that was quite poor driving from JBH. Almost pushing Nihil off the racetrack. He could have gave him just that little bit more room, and the contact wouldn't have happened. Deary me. Quite frankly unnecessary. And that is Oxford Fox spinning round at the top of Radion. He now jumps down through the order behind George. He's now in... Oh, dearie me, game. You're joking, right? A warning for that. Unbelievable. But to be honest, it's not at all surprising. This game is kind of broken, so... Through turn 9, down the hill. Quito still hanging on to P7. Hildebeest closing the gap. These three battling for position. The hill on a bit of a recovery after losing out to both JBH and Godly Boss. Into the bus stop chicane. Does he go for a move? No, not yet. Ooh, there's Captain Schmeck. Hello, Captain Schmeck. Oh, and a horrible run there for Godly Boss. Bunches up the three drivers again, heading towards turn 1. Around the outside, the hill looks. Commits to the wide line as well. They're side by side, heading towards Eau Rouge. Oh, it's tight. And through into 4th place goes Nahil. Godly Boss slots in behind in 5th. Does he get DRS? He does. And Captain Schmeck will try and follow the Aston Martin, surely. Actually, he's going to pierce the gap. It's 3 wide heading into turn 4. Turn 5, I should say. Oh, dearie me, that could have been quite nasty. Godly Boss had quite a narrow entry into turn 7. He almost hit Nahil. And Oscar's out. Oh, he's lost it. Entering turn 9, he was set for 2nd. It's a retirement for the AlphaTauri driver. How disappointing. But it just shows you how ruthless this track is. You must remain focused the entire time. You just cannot make the slightest misjudgment. I thought I saw 2 dots stop on the racetrack then. I was wrong. So with Oscar's retirement, it will mean everybody who finishes will score points. I'm also kind of surprised there wasn't a safety car with that crash. He was still on the racetrack as Godly Boss goes into pit lane to get off these medium compound tyres and watch him plummet through the order. He'll come out maybe P14. Set of softs going on the car. Away he goes. This is why he really should have pit when the safety car come out. He's now a long way behind where he once was. He needs a safety car. Desperately needs a safety car. KD out in front, comfortably leading the way, but as I mentioned earlier, you cannot let up. You must maintain focus. JBH has driven away from the pack behind. He's got good car speed. He's currently in a fairly comfortable 2nd place. Captain Schmeg in P3. The Hill P4. Hildebeest has recovered to 5th. Great recovery from him. Silent Banshee P6. Then there's Laquito in 7th. Flavius in 8th. Oxford, after making a mistake at Radion, is in 9th. He's on the recovery drive and on the back of Flavius. And I reckon he could probably get that warning removed. That final warning that gave him the penalty, because it was an absolute joke that he got that. Continuously closing the gap down, trying to take that 8th place, those extra points. See, the gaps are pretty big at the moment too. Everybody's spread out. No one within DRS range of anybody except for these two. And Godly Boss and George in P13 and 14. So Oxford should have a fairly easy time of this. He'll get DRS down the Camel Straight. Should get by fairly easily. Goes for it. Very simple. Easy as you like. He's into 8th place. The Hill desperately trying to close the gap. Captain Schmeg. Gap of 1.1 seconds. He needs to get within that 1 second. Oh, and he understeers well wide of Pouhon, losing him about 3, maybe 4/10 of a second with that mistake. A costly error in his charge for 3rd. But that is a massive reprieve for the Alpine driver, Captain Schmeg. A 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Williams driver running wide at turn 13, giving himself a warning and a 3-second time penalty to boot. Oxford already on the back of Laquito. Fantastic aerial shot here, looking at the cars into the bus stop chicane. Onto the pitch straight, heading down towards La Source. Oxford closing the gap with the assistance of DRS. Oh, but he completely missed the apex there at turn 1, dearie me. Down through Eau Rouge and then Radillon. Here comes Oxford. Will open DRS. Sit in the slipstream. Close in on Laquito. And as simple as you like, he is into 7th. So what does Captain Schmeg do here? Does he accept fate and just make it to the end, or does he push like crazy to try and hang on to that 3rd place? We'll have to wait and see. It's behind as well. Flavius and Lakeshow. Ooh. Vito had a moment there. And someone else has had a moment. That's Lakeshow. He has spun at turn 13. He drops down with this. From the highs of qualifying on the 2nd row, down in 14th right now. This wouldn't be the race he was hoping for, and that is Oxford spinning round. All that hard work, gone. Drops back down to P9. Is now almost 5 seconds behind Flavius as Lakeshow goes into the pit lane. Godly Boss within DRS range of Psycho. Through Eau Rouge and Radillon. Godly Boss should be close enough to attack. Psycho has no battery as well, that's why there's a flashing light at the back of the car. Godly Boss into P10, overtaking the McLaren. Wildebeest has closed in a little bit on the hill. He's almost within a second of the Alpine. He now is within a second. And then he creeps outside of a second again. So In all honesty, these four drivers, Hildebeest, Nihil, Captain Schmeg, and JBH, they're all going at a fairly similar speed. The gaps have sort of hovered around 1 second, and neither driver has been able to pull away or close in. One driver has pulled away is the man out in front. 12.3 seconds is the margin between KD and JBH. The hill is within DRS range now. Here we go. He should get it. He does get it. Here we go. And look at that. That is the power of that thing. Right there. He was a second behind Captain Schmeg. He's now half a second behind. Oh my goodness. Though, by bringing him closer, Nahel now has to deal with more dirty air. Probably boss. And Oxford. Hello. The Aston Martin is through into 9th. Oxford drops to 10th. Captain Schmeg trying to get within DRS range as well. Might be quite a nice scrap for second place. And spinning! I spoke too soon! Captain Schmeg is out of the race. A colossal error and a safety car has been deployed. Oh no. That puts an extra spin to the race. These drivers stay out. Does anybody gamble with a pit stop? No. That actually brings Silent Banshee into a potential podium finish here. He's in P5 with no penalties, so... In fact, did KD overtake the safety car? I reckon KD overtook the safety car. Because look where it's waiting. It's waiting at Eau Rouge. That shouldn't be where it waits, right? Should wait a bit earlier than that. I could be wrong though. Snake a 5-second penalty, a severe collision with George. Oh, George is out. You can see the red dot right next to the safety car, right on board here with Lake Show. There he is. Was he pushed into the safety car? Is that what happened? Because as we know, the safety car is invincible. I reckon... Because KD should have caught up to the safety car this lap. He should have been behind the safety car this lap. George might have to have a look at this after the race, just out of curiosity. Because KD overtake the safety car illegally? I'm not sure. Did he beat the safety car at the end of the pit lane? Yeah, righto. If that's the case, then we've got nothing to worry about. But I would have swore safety car came out well before KD made it round the final turn. Well, maybe he didn't. Anyway. Will mean we'll only have one lap of safety car. Like, the safety car will duck in at the end of this lap, and we'll have a one-lap shootout. We'll have to wait and see. So one lap to decide it all then. Okie dokie. Penalties are definitely going to play a part in this. JBH has a penalty? Since when? It's 3 seconds next to his name, huh? He must have got that warning fairly late, surely. Hang on, I'll take a quick squiz at Race Director. Give me a minute. Yeah, he got it on this lap. He got a penalty this lap. Oh, rather, the lap before. I should say on lap 20. They're on lap 21 right now. And there's a safety car going back towards pit lane. We can get this race back underway. Rightio. And KD takes off. Even caught me napping a little bit. Through the bus stop chicane, here we go. We begin the final lap here at Spa. It all comes down to this. Sector 3, yellow flags already. What's going on back here? Probably just a bunch of slow cars, that's alright. Nothing major. Ooh. As Lakeshore overtakes Purple Snake into P11. Oxford Fox drops down to 9th. And he actually pulls off to the side. Dear me. Letting Psycho through. JBH is right on the back of KD. Heading towards Lakecom. Will he go for a move? He pulls out of the slipstream. Looks to the inside. They make contact. Just a little bit. Nothing major. Through turn 7. Down the hill towards 8. KD still hanging on. Only just. And Purple Snake is out of the race. Crashing out at the entry to turn 7. KD pulling away. Gap has increased to 6/10. The hill in P3. He's got Hildebeest right behind. Trying to challenge for position. Eight tenths is the gap between P1 and 2. And JBH has crashed from 2nd. And Hildebeest crashes out as well. Drama in the final lap of the race. 2 retirements. And that puts Nahil and Silent Banshee onto the podium. It won't change the result at the front though. KD 1997 will cross the line to take the checkered flag here at Spa. He wins the Belgian Grand Prix with Nahil in 2nd place. Silent Banshee in 3rd. Laquito will cross the line in 4th, but gets demoted to 5th. Psycho jumps up to P5. Lake Show up to P6. Only 10 cars finishing the race. Well, what a points haul this will be for Aston Martin. P1 and P4. A very big bundle. There we are. Psycho given driver of the day. We'll see his performance in the final results screen. But first, the podium celebrations. This will be win number 2 for KD this season. First win coming in Spain. Qualified on pole. Pretty much led every single lap. Pretty sure he did lead every single lap. Nahil P2, Silent Banshee P3. I said that Silent Banshee was in a potential place to claim a podium. Didn't expect that though from Hildebeest and JBH, to be honest. There we go. Congratulations again to the top 3 and congratulations to KD with a fine victory. Godly Boss. Great recovery to get P4, and again, big points haul for Aston Martin. Psycho from 15th to 5th. I wonder why he was given driver of the day. Lake Show P6, Laquito 7th, Flavius in 8th, Oxford in 9th. Then Shizard rounds out the top 10. All of these fellas did not finish. And they were all genuine retirements too. Not a single one of them retired in the pit lane. There we are. Ten retirements. 10. Half the field retired in this race. That's a lot. Pretty sure that was more than Zandvoort. I'm pretty sure it was more. Because I know in Zandvoort we had plenty of retirements in that one. Certainly, it wasn't a bad race here at Spa, as it typically is around here. It's pretty fun to watch. Pretty fun to race when you're not in a barrier. But, and quite the dramatic ending too. Right at the end there. Safety car restart on the very last lap, and then 2 massive retirements right at the end of the race. And there we are. I think with the race finally over, we'll be able to end the stream. Tune in throughout the week though. There's still plenty of racing to come here on Race Spec Esports, but for the Americas series, we'll have to wait until next week. Until then, I've been Lane Everingham. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you for round 6 at another legendary racetrack. Formula One's Temple of Speed, Autodromo Nazionale Monza for the Italian Grand Prix. Until next time, goodbye.